Welcome YouTube, this is Acid Roots and I've got an album review for you in the form of Doris by Earl Sweatshirt. Now the main thing about what this guy did was he dropped a mixtape in 2010 but was sent off to boarding school for about 2 years, which halted him basically not really being on the Odd Future tape or Goblin by Tyler the Creator, some of the first couple disc form releases of Odd Future, and I get the feeling he probably would have dropped back in 2011 had he the chance. What I would have done is I would have just marketed Earl and then made a super sequel to it, and that would have taken care of it. That's not what we got. He returned in 2012, and I think he had some verses laid down that year, but it took about a year and a half after he returned in order to get the first album. Now there were 3 singles that supported this project. I don't know the amount of noise they made, but I do like the light that some of these songs go in. It's stranger considering that to some of the songs that have been happening, but songs like Chum, that one has songs like Chum are different from outbreaking singles that you normally hear on someone. Most of the time, most people will approach the first single with a club song, but this one did not really do that. And really the same thing with Hive and Woe. I like the light that comes about with some of these type singles, so you get an idea if you weren't following Odd Future beforehand. So this is kind of one of those type things. I don't really have a problem with the radio songs that I've heard, but it's also new. So that's kind of the thing is, to me, the main thing that's strange about it is trying to figure out what they're making, the direction they're making the music for, just because when I listen to the production, I think, this is something that has not, I can normally tell songs that should be played at a club scene or in a car or, at a strip mall or these type things, at a mall or somewhere where you dance, these different bars, all these different places, but you don't really get that sense of feeling. And there are songs on here that could just as soon work with that sort of light, but it's stranger trying to figure that out. And so I do appreciate that, because this album is good despite where you listen to it, and the features are there to back this project up. So Newer Cats, this came out in 2013. There's not really Wiz Khalifa, there's not really Ludacris, and there's not someone like Snoop Dogg or these type folks. It's new blood, and this is something that, not too long ago I might have had a problem with, but I'm being less hesitant than I was before. So I'm going to talk about a few of these. Sasquatch is one such song. I like the idea of Tyler being able to create these type songs that just sounds like he is demented. These type songs. This is about like the 4th type song similar to Sasquatch that I've heard from him. So this is another such moment. Woe takes Earl Sweatshirt doing these sorts of moments as well. The thing about it to me is whether or not this is an Odd Future sound or he just has similarities. Hive is one of the best beats on here. I really appreciated this one. Vince Staples shows up 2 more times, but I did not enjoy those songs as much, but he is on there more. The song Guild with Mac Miller is a real kind of lethargic song. That one is just real sleepy and disarrayed. Horse was one of the ones that I got close to liking later on, or started liking later on. And Woe is another one of said ones that reminded me of a Goblin song. So there are some good moments. I really like Chum also, just because it sounds so depressed. But the fact that it was marketed as a single, I like the idea of that. So, I'm going to cut through the bullshit. If people wonder, well, what's my stance on Earl Sweatshirt's dismay within society? I take that with a grain of salt, just because it really doesn't affect me. And I don't see how it should affect him either. That's about the real thing I have to say about it. The public opinion is not really something that's that important. But, this isn't, I'm not going to judge him because this is not good for song material to just be indifferent. So that's about the only thing, but that's just what I thought of an entire 3 years worth of drama between what he went through. So, just some extra stuff. But, I'm going to give this album, because I like 7. There's 15 songs on here, but 2 of them are less than a minute and a half. So I'm just going to give the 13 songs, I like 7 out of 13. So I'm going to give this album a 6 out of 10, which I think is similar to what I gave Tyler, the Creator. And this is definitely something to go out and get. He does extremely well when he's with guests, so this is something to know. And it's another interesting release from the type of Odd Future and similar sounds that you hear. So the social score, I will give a 6.5 out of 10, because there were 3 singles, but we didn't have, I suppose, a smashing type song to really lift this album up. So I don't think it went gold, but it's still, these guys kept the name for themselves. So can this record be topped? I think the answer is what am I trying to say? Yeah, it can. It could have used maybe a few more songs, just kind of thump, couple more real shrill type songs. And as far as what he's working on, he dropped an album in 2015. So subscribe for more fun.